Hello friends, myself Vinod Shikre. In last lecture, we saw water supply engineering, in which the definition of environmental engineering, the definition of water supply engineering, then different types of water demands, environmental definition of environmental engineering, definition of water supply engineering, in which the branch of civil engineering which deals with the design, construction, and maintenance of different structures for providing facilities like water supply is called as water supply engineering. Then different types of water demands we saw in last lecture, that is domestic water demand, industrial and commercial water demand, then demand for public uses, fire demand, water required for compensate losses in waste and thefts, etc. It is all we saw in last lecture. Now today we will see the population forecasting methods. The population of locality, villages or city may increase by births and decrease by deaths, may increase or decrease by migration of the people. The correct present and past population can be obtained from census, that is we generally call, that is Janganana. It is happen after 10 years, every 10 years, or happen after decade. The correct census office of our country is calculating the population in the country. The future development of town or city depends on trade expansion, development of industries and services opportunities. For prediction of future population, the development of other similar town can be considered. The population forecasting is necessary because the water supply scheme are designed for future period of 3 to 4 decades, that is 30 to 40 years. The different standard methods of forecasting population of are three methods, that is arithmetical increase method, second is geometrical increase method, third is the logistic curve method. Let's see in detail one by one. Arithmetical increase method. This method is based upon the assumption that the population increase at a constant rate. दिस ये जो मेथड है पॉपुलेशन फोरकास्टिंग का, वो किस पे डिपेंड है, यानी कि जो भी पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीज होंगी वो कांस्टेंट रेट से इंक्रीज होंगी, ये अजम्पशन पे ये डिपेंड है, इस थ्योरी पे ये डिपेंड है, दैट इज अरिथमेटिकल इंक्रीज मेथड. दिस मेथड इज बेस्ड ऑन द assumption of constant increase in the population. Mathematically, it is written as Pn is equal to P0 plus n into x bar, where Pn is forecasted population after n decades, यानी कि जो हमको आफ्टर 1 decade 2 decade पॉपुलेशन कैलकुलेट करने का, दैट वैल्यू मीन्स Pn. P0 means the population, latest population, we know the value of that decade. Then n is a number of decades and x bar is a arithmetical mean of population increase. This is all about arithmetical increase method. We see the example based on this method. The statement of the problem is the population of 5 decades from year 1950 to 1990 are given in the table. Find out the population after 1, 2 and 3 decades beyond the last known decade by the arithmetical increase method. यहाँ पे हमको क्या करने का है, यहाँ पे 5 डिकेड की इंफॉर्मेशन हमको दी गई है, यानी कि 5 डिकेड में पॉपुलेशन का वैल्यू क्या था ये अपने को दिया गया है. उसके बाद में उस पर डिपेंड आफ्टर फर्स्ट डिकेड, सेकंड डिकेड एंड थर्ड डिकेड, ये डिकेड्स के बाद में यानी कि पॉपुलेशन फोरकास्ट क्या होगा ये हमको अरिथमेटिकल मेथड से निकालने का है. इसमें 1950 टू 1990 ये 5 डिकेड की इंफॉर्मेशन दी गई है. 1950 में पॉपुलेशन था 26,000, 1960 में था 29,000, 1970 में था 35,000, 1980 में था 43,000 एंड 1990 में था 48,000. लेट्स सी द सॉल्यूशन. Put the values as given in the table. For 1950 the given values of all the decades and the given value for particular or respect to decades. Then third column is add, that is increase in population, that is arithmetical mean of population increase x bar. From 1950 to 1960 there is 3,000 increase in the population that we calculated from 29,000 minus 26. In next decade 35,000 minus 29,000, that is 6,000 increase in the population. Then 43,000 minus 35,000 for the decade from 1970 to 1980, that is 8,000 peoples are increased. The number of peoples increase in the population is 8,000, and in decade 1980 to 1990 that is 5,000. Total increase in population is 22,000 in 5 decades is calculated in the given table. Then next step is what is the average increase per decade. अभी डिकेड कितने थे हमारे, यानी कि हर डिकेड में 5 डिकेड है, उनमें से हमको कितने डिकेड में निकालने का, 4 डिकेड का 4 वैल्यू डिफरेंस मिला हमको. तो टोटल इंक्रीज इन population divided by number of decades is equal to x bar, that is 22,000 divided by 4 is equal to 5,500. The value of the x bar is 5,500. Then put in the formula, that is p n is equal to p0 plus nx bar. देन 1990 के बाद में 2000 का साल 2000 आएंगे आफ्टर 1 डिकेड. देयर फॉर पी 2000 इज इक्वल टू पी 1990, sorry, that will be typed as 1900, that is 1990 plus number of decade, that is 1, and the value of x bar, that is the value of population in 1990 is 48,000 plus the multiplication of n, that is 1 into 500, 5,500, that value becomes 53,500. For next decade, for second decade, the value of n becomes 2, and the value of 1990, that is 48,000, it is also here also that is typed as 1900. The value of p2 is 48,000 plus 2 into 1500 is equal to 59,000. Likewise, similarly for third decade, the value becomes 64,500 for the decade of 2020. This is method, arithmetical increase method. By this method, we forecast the population for first, second, and third decade after 1990. The value of P1, that is in decade P 2000, is 53,500, and the population in second decade, that is in year 2010, is 59,000, and population in 2020 is 64,500 is the value of the population. Next method is geometrical increase method. This method is based upon the assumption that the percentage increase in population from decade to decade remains constant, यानी कि एक डिकेड से दूसरे डिकेड में जो पॉपुलेशन का इंक्रीज होगा इन द टर्म्स ऑफ परसेंटेज that will be constant. In this method, the average percentage of growth of last few decades is determined. The population forecasting is done on the assumption that the percentage increase per decade will be the same from one decade to another decade. If the present population is P and the average percentage growth is Pg, the population at the end of n decades will be Pn is equal to P under bracket 1 plus Pg by 100 raised to n, that is number of decades. This is formula for geometrical increase method. Let's see the example of geometrical increase method. The value are same. The values in arithmetical increase method or problem statement is same for this method also. It also gives the year and population in that particular decade. This is table we form in geometrical increase method, in which year is same, the population increase from one decade to another decade is also same from the arithmetical increase method. The only change is in last column, that is percentage increase in population. How to calculate? With the help of the formula, that is the difference or increase in population divided by the population in the last decade into 100. The increase, how much increase, is 11.54%. Then in next decade, the increase in population is 6,000. According to in compared to 29,000, what is the percentage of 6,000? It is calculated. It is near about 20.69%. Similarly, for next decade, 1970 to 1980 and 1980 to 1990, the percentage increase in population is 22.86 and 11.63% respectively. Total increase, percentage increase in population is 66.72%. It is then average per decade, the percentage increase in is equal to the total increase, percentage increase in the population divided by decades, that is 4. Therefore 66.72 is equal to 66.72 divided by 4 is equal to 16.68%, that is percentage of increase. It is a value of Pg In what is the formula of geometrical increase method? That is Pn is equal to P in bracket 1 plus Pg divided by 100 raised to what? N number of decades. Therefore, the decade after 1990 is 2000 per decade. Second decade is 2010, and third decade is 2020. For uh, 2000, the expected population according to geometrical increase method, we put the values of Pg and P 48,000 plus 16.68 divided by 100 into 48,000 is equal to 56,000. 56,000. Then for next decade is 65,348, and in third decade in 2020 the value of population is 76,248. This is calculation by the formula of geometrical increase method. Next method of population forecasting is logistic curve method. If the population of a town is plotted with respect to time, the curve so obtained under normal conditions will be like as a figure shown in the diagram, that is a curve with respect to time of population under the normal condition. If we plotted population of a town with respect to time under normal condition, the curve is obtained, and from that curve we forecast the population. The early growth of the city is shown by the curve A to B at an increasing rate of dp by dt is directly proportional to p, where p is population of that decade. The growth rate between point P to D or is follows curve of dp by dt is equal to constant. The rate of population increase from point B to D is constant. This transitional curve BD also passes through the point of inflection, that is C. Later on, the growth from D to E follows decreasing rate, that is dp by dt directly proportional to ps minus p, where p is the population of the town at point T from the origin A, and ps is the saturation value of the population. The S-shaped curve ABCD is called logistic curve. This is approximate method of forecasting population. The accurate method of population forecasting are arithmetical and geometrical methods. From these three methods compared to uh, logistic curve method. The last point of the unit this bit is the water treatment plant. The figure shows the flow diagram of water supply scheme. The figure shows a typical flow diagram of water supply scheme. The source of water supply may be either a well, एक कुआ हो सकता है, और रिजर्वायर, एक डैम, और स्ट्रीम लाइक river, canals, etc. The various units involved in water supply schemes should be designed to serve the maximum demand at any time. The point should be considered for deciding the capacities of different components of the water treatment plant or water supply scheme. The source of supply, such as well, river, stream, etc., should have sufficient discharge throughout the year to satisfy the maximum daily consumption of the water. Then, next point will consider is maximum daily consumption should be considered for design of pipes mains in water supply scheme. Then the various units of treatment plant should be designed for maximum daily consumption. Extra capacity is essential to take care of repairs and breakdowns. The pumps should be designed for maximum daily consumption and for some additional quantity to take care of repairs and breakdowns. The pumps should be the distribution system should be designed for maximum hourly demand. Then the pumps should be designed for maximum daily consumption and for some additional quantity to take care of repairs and breakdown. And last point to be considered, the service reservoir should take care of the hourly fluctuations, fire demands, and emergency reserves, etc. The flow diagram of water supply scheme is shown in the figure. You also draw this sketch in your sketchbook. This also included in your practical. The flow diagram shows the source of water from where we take the water, like river, canals, or lake or well, through pipelines. Therefore, pumps are required at the starting of the uh, filtration or treatment plant. The water supply scheme, the unit consists of treatment unit. The treatment unit consists of screening, sedimentation, filtration, and disinfection. These processes are completed in treatment unit. Or let's see the functions of different units of water supply scheme, in which first is in treatment unit. The first process is screening. The big and longer objects such as tree branches, leaves, sticks, organic matter, dead animals, etc., are removed by screens, racks, and this process is called as screening. The next process is sedimentation. The coarser suspended matters are removed by sedimentation or reducing the velocity of flow of water in a tank. Sometimes chemicals are also used to increase the rate of settlement of the particles, that is sedimentation. The next process is filtration. The particles remaining after sedimentation are removed by filters. Filters consist of graded sand and water is made to pass through these filters. Thus, the final particles which do not settle in sedimentation process are removed in filtration. And then next process in treatment unit is disinfection. That is, the filter water may contain pathogenic bacteria. These bacteria may be killed to make the water safe for drinking. The chemicals used for killing these bacteria are known as disinfectants, and the process is called disinfection. Most commonly used disinfectants, that is chemical, is chlorine, which is used in different forms. Then the water is elevated through pumps in elevated service reservoir, that is water tank, and from that water tank it is distributed in different parts with the help of pipeline. This is all about water treatment plant and water supply scheme.